Hello everyone and welcome back to Factorio Space Exploration playthrough. Why is it loading? Oh, I think the map has grown to be quite big. Maybe we need to trim some of the maps. Maybe there is some scan going, I'm not sure. But we have a lot of surfaces we work with, so yeah, it might be a bit of a... It might be normal, that's what I mean to say. Okay, so here we go. So today's goal would be to actually use all of this automation. Hey, Kvach! Welcome back. How are you doing today? How are you doing? Apologies, could not be online yesterday. Too much work. Yeah. But today is good for me. Hey, Faustus! Welcome, guys. Glad to see you. Glad to see you. Today we should build a factory using these and producing all the materials these need. All the materials that we need using the spheres. I'm gonna go by an affectionate name of a Greek factory for now, until someone redeems it. But I think it's quite appropriate. Such is life, indeed. Such is life. Such is life. So, yesterday, I remember, 2 days ago, I asked you guys, how do you do with these? Do you have, like, localized balancers? And everyone answered, everyone said they have one single location with balancing for everything, right? And just this answer alone makes me want to do, to do it like no one else does. But even in that case, we don't have enough arcospheres to have localized balancers everywhere, because like there's a burden. There's a big burden on the amount of arcospheres we will need as catalysts and as the ones which are flying around. So let's start with a single factory, and let's do it well. Let's come up with something where many trains can come in, can deposit their items, and can leave with the transformed items. Many trains, yeah. Kind of a like a centralized location, yeah. Where should we build it? Where should we build it, first of all? So this is kind of... I'd like to not do it here because we have tons of stuff. Like, this is antimatter which goes to the bottom, expanded in the future. And there's a stacker here already, so yeah. Hey, Move Mixeshu! How are you doing? How are you doing today? Welcome, guys. As Faustus mentioned the other day, I think it's best to have them to have this factory indeed close to these. Like, one argument could be made to make it adjacent to the science facility, because this would allow us to not be worried at all about putting the significant other cards in a train. Although, like, putting them in a train is not a big of a deal. We could always do this, and it would require a big belt all the way down with significant datas. Did he just say Arcosphere trains? Did I say Arcosphere trains? Because if I say Arcosphere trains, I do not mean Arcosphere trains. What I mean is trains will come with all the, like, products the resources that are needed for the products using Arcospheres. They will come to the Arcosphere factory. They will get transformed, and they will leave with the finished products which use Arcospheres. Basically, come to the factory, use the Arcospheres in this factory, and leave with the product. Maybe in 2 days I've forgotten how to speak English. That's a good possibility. I feel great. Have started my vacation. Oh, I'm jealous. You may want to have a review of every recipe Arcospheres are used for real quick. Oh, that's a good idea. That's going to help us to determine where it should be placed, and even how it should be placed. So let's just look at one of the spheres and have it check all the recipes involved. How comes these are in resources and not like in manufacturing? Although, like advanced resources. Okay, so usage only wait a second, only 9. Oh yeah, but it depends. Sometimes it's other inputs. So Lambda itself is used in tesseracts and data cards and Arcolink storage. Oh wow, it's like okay. So the cards, well, one intermediate, a bunch of cards, and the mole. And this is again the cards, right? These are the cards, and the mole. The mall might have several items. Let's check another one. Can we change the recipe, or should I click here again? This one is used in Tesseract, cards, and nothing else. Actually, the usage seems really low now that I'm looking at it. Tesseract again, cards, and the processors as well. So we're gonna be having two intermediate recipes which use them at least. Like for now, we have the Tesseract and we have the processor, and the cards. Can we show you our Arco builds or next time? As Fausto said, we should be maybe waiting until DSS 4 for that, because since Fausto said that, I'm expecting some updates or tweaks or like insights which I will have later, which I don't have now, about how it should be done. So I'm still thinking I might not have all the information, and this build might not be the final one. So let me figure out the DSS 4, and then I'll ask you for the builds. I definitely want to see them. But like what Fausto said made me think that I might get spoiled about some things if I see them right away. So the space injection, processor, data and processor. So actually what I'm seeing is that it's nothing crazy. It's nothing crazy. Data's, processors, and that's it. Is it the only thing? Processors, datas, and that's it. Datas, processors, datas. They are actually not that. I'm not gonna say, guys, we have said this 1 week ago. Arcospheres are useless. I'm gonna repeat it. And by useless, I mean they are very narrowly useful. So the most useful ones are lambdas, actually, because lambdas create the one mole item. So basically, I watched, like, I went through all of them, and what I realized is that they are used into four big things. First of all, the Naquium Tesseracts, then Naquium processors, so 2 intermediate items, then a bunch of cards for the DSS 3 and maybe 4, not sure, and finally Arcolink storage. That's all. That is all. It's only the lambdas which use Arcolinks, I think. This one, right? What? Hold on a second. You don't give back the spheres? It consumes lambdas. It doesn't give them back. Oh, okay. If we build, I mean, that's teleportation, right? That's like supposed to be super duper ultra in game stuff. But yeah, I think we should hold on to that one. Oh my god. Okay, never mind. We don't need a mole for these. We don't need a mole for these. Secret unlocked. They eat them. Oh my god. Is it the one? Now I need to check everything again. Was it the only one which eats them? I didn't even notice the first time. I didn't even notice. But it's the only like big product that we noticed. Okay, so result of the shopping list. The result of the shopping list is that we only need them here in this factory for the. I have prepared. It's very cute here. I have prepared this, but there is nothing going on for the tesseracts, and we also need them here for the data cards. Oh, actually, the catalogs. And the catalogs are pretty simple. I get the significant data. So it's mostly significant data which are coming from here. And this base which creates like the intermediate resources used by everything. I'd like to have it all here. So you know what? This factory might as well be like here. We can put it here, and that's gonna be it. Hold on a second. Let me, out of curiosity, let me check a DSS 4. Let me check DSS 4. Catalog 4, actually. It does use this card. So I remember Wormhole was the one using Arcospheres, yeah. Teleport uses Singularity and Time-Space Anomaly, which are the previous ones. Okay, cool. Yeah, and that's it. Reality, hypergraph, one processor. Okay, cool. And interstellar travel. Oh yeah, we need to be traveling on a ship which should go as fast as possible. Okay, so here basically nothing new. All of these recipes are based actually except for wormhole. All of these recipes are based on either the previous cards or something else entirely. So let's go ahead and look at the third one. And here we have these. Hold on. What are the ones? Oh my god! What are the ones used in the teleportation? Singularity and time-space anomaly. Singularity and time-space anomaly. Oh, the first ones, the very first ones. Oh, okay, that's like we need to produce more of these basically. And yeah, and for this one, all of them, I think all of these cards use Arcospheres. Yeah, all of these cards use Arcospheres. So actually, only catalog level 3 requires Arcospheres. And then intermediate products. Oh my god, that makes so much sense to just put it here and not worry about it. We are not gonna be needing to distribute anything. Maybe we are gonna be distributing Tesseracts or the processors, which are gonna be made in this factory. But that's about it. So it does make sense to make the management here. The mall of our cooling storages. Is there? I'm not gonna ask. I was gonna ask if there's any way like for like later in game to have like infinite flow of Arcospheres, but it's fine. I'll try to discover something. So let's build. So here we are having the stations which are gonna be growing like this. We need to not be blocking them. Here are going to be the intermediate products. At some point, we're not going to be having enough place for all the bells, but that's fine. At this moment, we can just put all of this once again here and have a second delivery of the items from Novi. That's fine as well. And a final thing is that we will need to have a separate robot base. So how about we can even put them here at the mall and do some shenanigans with some significant data belts. I just watched the same requirements of GMS and came up with a different outcome. Not sure if I'm missing something or he's different outcome. My outcome is that we only need Arcospheres for the 2 intermediate products and the science, the cards. Did I miss something? Like, of course, then the Tesseracts and the processors are going to be distributed, but did I miss something? Is there an easy way to go back to the selection menu, to this menu after having clicked on usage? Here, we have the card. These are balancers. The Tesseract. I don't think you missed anything. Okay, then what's the different outcome? Different interpretation of how to address the requirements. My only concern right now is where to place them, because we will need them to make catalogs. Oh, by the way, we don't need. Do we need them to make sciences? I don't think I have seen sciences, but let's quickly check again. Let's check for the first time the science level 3 and level 4. Not usage, creation. Okay, we don't need the sciences. We don't need the spheres. Only the catalogs and level 4. How can we go back? Oh, we need to just go all the way up. Okay. The level 4. Bam, bam. Yeah, we need nothing. We just need the catalog and the intermediate product associated with it. Okay, cool. So the problem is the catalogs are crafted here in this station, so not here. that's my mistake. First mistake. The catalogs are crafted here. They're here. The stations for the catalogs. So how should we place a factory which needs to be used here and here? Maybe, but it needs significant datas. Like, it needs the datas from here and then make catalog. We can Maybe make catalogs elsewhere, but no, because level 4s are gonna be needing the catalogs of level 1 and level 2. We can just increase their amounts, maybe. How should we do it? And what is your interpretation, Faustus? You are worrying me. You are worrying me because I might be blind. Can we just... Hold on. Let's have a look at these recipes. Let's have a look at these intermediate recipes. So, a tesseract, we know that it has a stack size of 1. It takes naquium plates, almost a full stack, 1 cube and 4 rods. I was thinking about 1 train, which can come to the tesseract, to the Greek factory anywhere, bringing in the plates, and maybe the cubes, and taking out the tesseracts, basically. Put the balancer inside the DSS factory. I thought you already have naquitite cube tesseracts there. Put the balancer inside the factory, which would centralize all of the Arco requirements. Oh, but we still need to produce... We still need to produce the cubes, tesseracts, and processors, right? Oh, you know what I didn't look at? I didn't look at at where they are used, because right now I'm assuming... Okay, stop assuming. But right now I'm assuming that these are used in multiple things, right? So mole for the beacons. I'm gonna say mole, I'm not sure. This is kind of easy to do once. And the processors, right? And the Nexus, also mole. So the idea is to kind of bring these to the mole. Not have them only at the DSS factory. Although we could actually make an export station. We could have a factories for these and make export stations for these. That is true. That is true. My thought was to make them here. Like I've prepared some of them next to the other machines producing the cubes. I've prepared the tesseract location, but we don't have to do them here. We can actually make them at this factory, like in a row, and export them if necessary. The only thing that might be mole is white array beacons too, yeah. And how about the other one? How about the processors? They're used in energy shielding. Science itself, so that factory, that one, not this one. Arc cooling storage, but this one is the Nexus, yeah. I mean, we could always kind of produce them here and then export the products. We can always do that, so it's not exactly a big deal. That is an idea. Okay, you know what? Let's do that. Let's do that. This way, we're going to be having everything. We'll still need to import import the cards, the yellow cards. Again, put them in the train. What I'm worried about, we have trains for everything. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. Anchored life support, handcrafts. I would shut up. Maybe it would be interesting to see Arco trains. I never said I'm gonna put the Arcospheres in the trains, but by Arco trains, I'm saying that a train will come, like unload products, get loaded, and like deliver their products to the factory, but never taking the Arcospheres with it, right? I was thinking about that like today. But yeah, if everything is here, it doesn't really like. Do we need to mass produce this? Because the point of having these separated from the catalog factory is the ability to mass produce them. Is to be able to mass produce them and put them in the trains and export them anywhere. That's the big plus to having them there. Because here I was thinking about only importing them, but we also need to create cards themselves. So the cards are made here. That's like the main concern. We're gonna be having 5 maybe cards here, including the one for DSS5, DSS4. So here having them is actually almost. It's almost the biggest. It's almost the biggest consumer. I try to not stifle creativity. Who knows? Arco trains could be viable if you have enough of them. But then again, processors processors are only one stack size item, right? So having trains delivering one stack size items, Tesseract, sorry, having trains delivering one stack size items is not the best. Like, the throughput is horrible. Like, the best to deliver these items would be rockets, like, or like platforms warping where needed. Warping where needed. And then these, right? And then these. If we have them produced here... I do enjoy the concept. I do enjoy the idea of having trains coming in, dropping the items, getting them converted, and bringing them back. I do like that. Hey, train. Spaceship. You know what? I'd like to go with this. Be it because no one else does it. I mean, no one else. I don't know, but I think I like that. I think I like that. And what we can do is you know what? We can put them on this side, on this right-hand side. Maybe it's a good time to increase Naquim production, double factory and chips. That's a good point. That's a good point. Like right now, Naquim is kinda lacking. Like what you are seeing here, this flow is a rare sight. It's a rare sight. It's like the auroras, northern lights. Okay. Maybe let's establish the factory for DSS2 first, because I think DSS2 doesn't need, sorry, DSS3, we're talking DSS3 now. DSS3 doesn't really need much things. It needs mostly, all of these 4 cards just need 1 plate and 1 significant data. And that's it. And by the way, let's go ahead and have the factory and just see how much plates there are. Aurora Borealis. Oh yeah, thanks. I was... Sometimes the words, like the words I'm looking for, escape. They leave my mind the moment I look for them. Let's duplicate this. Rename it into... Oh my god, I pressed F2, the universal renaming button, and it didn't work. It was right click. Let's put this. Bam. And let's see. All I want to see is the amount of machines we will need. And the card, like the throughputs. So for the level 3 catalog here, we're gonna be needing 128 of each card. The recipe doesn't matter. And the matrix mode is gonna be very messy, so let me go ahead and remove it. Remove the matrix mode. So just to check the amount of plates, we need 512 plates a minute, which is not that crazy. I will say it's not that crazy. It's not that crazy. A little bit of cryo rods, quite a bit of cooling, and that's it. And that's it. So with this, their stack size is 50, right? Again, let's not assume. Let's check. Yeah, it's 50 for every single one of these. It's 50. So wait, significant data is also 50. Oh, we can do that. We can have trains bringing in the datas, significant datas, and leaving with the cards, because it's 1-to-1. And Naquim trains are gonna be separate. Although it doesn't really make sense with logistics trains that we have. Trains can bring datas, and other trains can get the cards out. But that means we're making cards elsewhere than in the dedicated factory, which is something a bit annoying, because I was expecting cards to all be made here. But again, you know what? I have an idea. Let's actually go ahead. Too much talking, too much planning, not enough action, even for me. And that says something. Let's go ahead and place the rails here. On this one. And by the way, I think we are best to go there manually. So launch. Oh, space elevators are mirrored locations, ground and space. Mirrored locations. Oh, once you make one on the ground, there's automatically one which appears in space? Oh, Hey, what if you make it in space? What if you make it in space first, and you make it far away from the center? How does it work? Let's go here. And I'm gonna put a blueprint, and I have an idea about how to do it. Let's have a rail which turns right, and on the right hand side we're gonna be having the factory. Where is it? So a rotation towards the right, like this. Place these down. And these four. And now everything should be automated. And here we're going to be having the exit. And they're blinking, but they should all stop blinking, which they did. Cool. Here we're going to be having an exit, and here is going to be an exit to the factory, to the big to the Arcosphere factory. So I'd like the trains to be coming in. Should the trains be coming with items and leaving with other items, or should the trains be separately delivering the items we need? I think I like the automatic transformation. Automatic in-place transformation. But we need rails. So let's go ahead and get some rails for the placement. Oh, you know what? I think it's easier to just copy them. Have basically a something like this. Have something like this. Which turns towards the bottom. And then, can they be built? I think we're almost, not quite at the... I'm gonna put this one here for now. That was stupid. We could just do this. I'm gonna put this here for the construction. And let's get the requests. Let's get the requests. So, there's going to be a factory with the spheres that we are going to be delivering some resources which we expect are going to be necessary, like such as the plates, maybe even the cubes. We might deliver the cubes. So, let's decide, where do we make the tesseracts? Where do we make the tesseracts? Where do we make the tesseracts? We can make them here. We can have, actually, we can have a production of them nearby. But no, that's Arcosphere Factory. That's Arcosphere Factory. We can have these. We can have like railroads from Novis. That's no big deal. And so the problem is actually these. They're here right now. They are here right now. But what we want is to distribute them in the factory. So these trains could be... Actually, you know what? Having a factory producing these right in front of the Arcospheres makes most sense. It makes most sense to have Arcospheres participating in production of their items in front of them. Like it's adjacent. They require each other. So it does make sense to have all the Arcosphere related items being produced in one place. I mean, like not exactly distributed, but. And that means not here. That could actually be good. This factory is only for non-Arcosphere like late game items, but yeah, I think it's good. I think it's good. So let's go ahead and give the trains. Get the trains. Almost have to build a starter space base for those 6 sciences, and then you rebuild once you get the elevator that so that you can align both Novis and Norbit bases. Unless you can place a ghost of it early on. Yeah, it's a bit annoying to not knowing where it ends up. It would be fine if your first elevator synced location for all future ones. Is it random? I think it shouldn't be random, right? Shouldn't be random. Let's go ahead with the stackers for now. Bam. The stackers here. Yep. Are we still within the zone? Yeah, we're within the zone. It goes up all the way up there, up here, all the way down here. And all of these are placeable, right? Okay, cool. And we can have the factory for the Arcospheres right here. Right here. Let's go get them. Let's go get the balls. Oh, before that, let's place all of the scaffolding. We actually need more scaffolding. Let's place the scaffolding. So let's leave some space. Let's leave a lot of space in the middle here. For like different, like rockets can come in, like trains can come in, there can be belts, there can be everything, and we can place the factories somewhere here. Yeah, I think, yeah, I'd like to leave a bunch of space. It should be enough space, but okay, and let's go get. Okay, first of all, go back to the mall, put more landfill, and then we're gonna bring come with all the items. Now I just use the game coordinates. But can you place it in space first, and then it appears somewhere on Novice, right? How does it work? Maybe if you go beyond, if you can't do it, maybe if you go beyond where the planet ends, it just basically does modulo and comes from the other end once again. Maybe that's how it works. It's a fixed coordinates. Oh. 0, 0, and 0, 0. So, what if you place it in space, but far away from the start point? If you go to an orbit, and you place it far away, like, far away from the center. I was planning to place one on each, and have them join up. Invalid location. Ah, I see. Makes sense. So how much space do we need? And by the way, I think I have saved the blueprint. We have the Arcosphere. This. Yep. Yeah, we can place it. So yeah, we don't need to go wider. We don't need to go wider, but we need to go a little bit deeper down. And yeah, let's place it already. A global balancer. Yeah, let's do it here. Let's do it here. Maybe a bit more. That's fine. Let's do it here. And you know what? A good point about this setup is that if one day the balancing speed is not good enough, what we can do is we can put a second one below. We can put the copy of this base below. We will need to adjust some numbers because, for example, once when we have 4 more lambdas than what was it? Fees. Right now we're taking 2 of them, bringing them here, right? But we will need to take 1 here and 1 to the bottom. Like we're gonna be needing to increase the thresholds, multiply them by 2, but we can have 2 factories. So it's scalable. The point is, it's scalable. Or we can have them sitting in dedicated robot networks. That will work as well. Like having up to I don't know, 200 spheres in one network and 200 spheres in the second network, and so on and so forth. Advantage with this is that we don't need to supply robots, because if 50 robots are enough, then it can be really convenient. Oh, it has no power here. You have no power here. Let's launch and go to the... Can we even go... Anchor? Yeah, we don't need power in this ship, by the way. the warpers don't need power. Let's go and take all the spheres. Oh yeah. Store these. I don't think we're gonna be having... Oh, by the way, I need to be looking at the ships. I'm not sure how to... Is there a way to automate There might be a way to automate the Arcosphere collector ship so it goes there, but we still need to manually indicate the creation of the landing pad. Or maybe place a ghost right away, but we still need to... I'm not sure if we can automate the construction when it's done. But anyways, let's just... By the way, why is it here? Why is it here? And did we place a clamp? I don't think we placed a clamp. I don't think... Yeah. Let's place a clamp. Let's find a location for it. Let's find a nice location for it. The collection. We can also collect the spheres and bring them directly there. That could be nice. We will need to deliver the antimatter stream and antimatter cells. But it could be very nice to have the automated sphere delivery, and I think I like that. We can have the two first ones to deliver the streams and the cells. And after it refuels, it can go back. We need water as well. We need too many things. Or it can do a three-way jump. Okay, never mind. For now, it's not gonna be something that is done too much. For now, let's place it here. Let's place it here. Let's have everything coming all the way up here. Oh, it's like outside of the... I try to reserve this space for spaceship building. This is the factory. This is where we make them. So I'm trying to kind of... here, and let's go and let's place a clamp. What should be the clamp number? You are 100. You know what? Arcospheres remind me of like what's the word? The balls in roulette or something. So I'm gonna call it 777. The Arcospheres are 777. Get this. Bam. Bam. And this one's gonna be 777 as well. And here we're gonna add a signal for it to be using both. 777's speed is maximum, so it's gonna come here automatically. Let's just bring in water and antimatter, and we should be good. Now, unfortunately, I don't think it's possible to easily... We can automate its task partially, like, for example, come here. But, again, we will need to choose a new location manually every time, because unless we put a series of locations and it, like, go over them every time it comes back, like, go to the next one, but it's it would be overcomplicated for not much gain. And I think we need water as well. Oh no, this one uses the... Oh, it uses these. Okay, that's easy. Actually, it's very convenient that it has the biochemical facility just because the automation is so easy. I mean, automation. Delivering water is easy, but robots are easier. Let's have 200. And here we go. So once it's... it should refuel quite quickly. Let's get the blank spheres. We can already put them in the system for the transformation, but the next ones should be transformed below. And this ship could actually... We could, if you wanted to, we could configure a three-way traveling. Like, drop these spheres all the way down where, like, this should be produced down below next time. And while this is being done, let's go. Let's remove all this. Oh, you know what? I'd like to have this set up. I'd like to have these as well. And for that, I'm gonna copy these as a blueprint. I'm gonna copy these as a count. Tiles don't matter. Arco count. Pretty convenient. I do like the counts. Like that. Bam. And big delete. The big delete. Yeah, unfortunately, everyone wants their part of the cake here. Inventory full. Oops. No, no, no. Oh, I mean, that's fine. They're gonna bring it to the chest, right? Right? Oh, these are the inserters. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. Okay. Put the spheres here. Oops, not the ice. Not these. Man, the spheres are so pristine. Yeah, these are also unnecessary. And that should be good. These we can make these anywhere, anytime, anywhere. Oh, we need these as well. D, E, F, 4, 8, and 16. I should not forget that. Let me actually copy this and read logistics network contents. Okay, maybe we can even cut that. Yeah, we're not gonna have enough spheres, but what we have is our platform, so we can just do this. Oops. Okay, not this. Oh my god. F. What was in the chest, this? I need to be more careful. This is a pain. This is a pain. Okay, done. What else was inside? Oh, I think all the novice stuff was actually inside. Probably. And maybe the plates as well, yeah. Yeah, all of this was inside already. Okay, now let's get the spheres. Let's be very careful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Of course, 8. Okay, this is all the spheres we have right now. Okay, good. And now what we need to do is just cut all of this. Let's think a little bit about how the chest should be placed. But until then, cut all of this. We can also send you elsewhere. We can send you. Let's have a look at the Informatron. We have done ephemeral expanse and pebbles. We have done these. And you know what? I think I'd like to have more than just 25. Does it make sense? Let's try to go to 50. At the next location, let's try 50 and let's see how much more than 13 we're gonna get. Let's go with 50. Do we even have them? We might not have them. They're produced here. And we don't have the... Oh yeah, I completely cut off the cube requests because we didn't have enough plates. We don't have enough naquitite, and as MoveMixAShu was suggesting, it might be smarter to increase the production of naquitite first. It might be smarter to like mass produce it. I mean, as mass as possible. It might be smarter. Because if we wait until the setup of the next science, we might not get enough products to go through with it. But let's set it up first. While we are at it, let's set it up first and let's see later. NAC plates request for vacuum accumulator too. Oh yeah, thanks. Good point, good point. Man, you don't only have good eyes, you also have a very good memory. A very good memory. So here we have cancelled 2 of the requests for the cubes because they were using up all the resources. We need to put them back. But for now, let's go and bring these to the factory. Not plates. Ah, it was the cubes as well. Yeah. I don't even remember. Let's place this one here. Let's place this one here. I kind of wanna like try to make this like a factory, like a working factory. We don't need resources to make it a factory, but we need resources to make it a working factory, which is an entirely different thing. But before we do so, you know what? Let's also create a spot for this one. So what are you? 3002. This one is 3003, and let's have another one, which is gonna be 3004. And it's gonna be A. A for Arcospheres, of course. So here we can use this to go to the station A when we want. Let's also get some power for the charging. Okay, now that this is all here, we still need to. Did I put them too close? I didn't. On purpose, I didn't want to put these too close to the left side. Yeah, you know what? Let's move them a little bit more. Let's move them a little bit more towards the right and towards the bottom. Something like this. So just we have space. And here we can safely use our robots because this is outside of the logistics network. So no other robot is gonna come and bother us. Let's put them somewhere here. Yeah. I think this is good. Something like this. Autosave is longer and longer. Yeah, for maybe we need to check. Maybe there was like an infinite scan at some point somewhere. By the way, speaking of infinite scans, no, you should have been seeing like scans in progress if it was a case. Where can we see the scans? Yeah. No, it's okay. It's okay. It's no big deal. And let's also paste now these. So let's think. Where should the chests be? So ideally, the chests are nearby any sort of requester chests, and no, any sort of provider chests. The robot port should be near provider chests. So let's have the robot port, and let's also have all the factories as close as possible to these to minimize robot traveling time and minimize any sort of oh, I like this location. And you know what? We don't need too much chests. We only need one, where we'll have 50 of these robots sitting, and that's it. That is gonna be the factory. That's gonna be the factory, and we're gonna be able to extend this all the way to the bottom. We can place a second chest, a second robot storage to the bottom. No big deal. Until then, why didn't I put the substation? I think we had something like that here. Maybe no. You know what? Let's put a substation here, and that's it. Okay. Let's also correctly place these. This was kind of random. Let's correctly place these like that, and they're gonna go below like that. So the idea is that we deliver stuff by trains, by trains or by rockets, and we're going to be having a production of all the things we might be needing here. All the things we might be needing. Basically an Arcosphere factory. And like it's not like we need the items in one place. We need them in several places, and intermediate items might be needed at the mall as well. So yeah, it's a bit of everything. Let's have this one going all the way here in a square pattern. So here in between are going to be factories, and the next connection is going to be the factory, the Arcosphere balancing situation. Now we have this. Where should we put all the provider chests, all the storage chests? You know what? Let's have them here for now, and in the future we can have them go top or bottom. It's fine. What we also need is to read robot statistics, although. Oh, wait a second, before that, we need to have this one. We need to have this one with a green wire, sending the information about these items to the network. DEF, right? And if we read the robot statistics, can we read them here on the same? X, Y, Z, T. I don't think we use them. I don't think we use the signals anywhere, so we can safely combine them with the balancing operation. all together, everything here all together. Let's have these ones outputting their stuff. It doesn't really matter where they are, but ideally we might want to balance the corners of the chests as well. But like it's fine. Like just put them wherever you have. Yeah, you know what? That's a little bit dumb to do it like this. So let's do it. Let's do it like this. The spheres are gonna be in this chest mainly, like buffer to one direction. A bit easier. And we don't need all of these, like one is enough. So less stuff in the hands. Okay, this is done. Finally, finally, we need to put the spheres, of course, but yeah, let's put the spheres. Now, the problem is, let's not put the spheres after connecting the robot network, because if we do so, then the imbalance is gonna happen as we deposit the spheres until we have all of them. So, did I just press everything again? I did. Or did I? Wait, okay, wrong chest. Wrong chest. If you're wondering what I was doing, wrong chest completely. Bam, bam, bam. Okay, let's get all the spheres. All the remaining ones. Let's put them here so that inserter doesn't have to work too much. So here we go, here we go. There were the plates as well. Okay, here we go, and I didn't press Alt. Here we go with all the spheres, and normally, if you look at the right, yeah, they're kind of balanced. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, kind of balanced. So let's connect their stats, the contents, and using logistic network here. And there's gonna be some balancing attempts, and that is not good because I forgot to put the catalysts. Oh my god. Okay. Let me take them back. I forgot that the distribution of the catalysts was a thing. And by the way, why did so many spheres go everywhere? Did the copy-paste mess things up? Oh my god. Imagine copy-paste doesn't work properly. We need these somewhere. So this is a special network. It's a network used only by Arcospheres. We don't want any sort of global network mix here. I'll do it like that. A rectangle. Okay. Yeah, and let's have all of them emptied from the chests and inserted as catalysts. So, going from bottom to top, we need oh, and they're already inserted, by the way. Oh, they're inserted. Of course, because as the bots bring stuff around, they get inserted. Of course, and that creates imbalance because they're brought around, which brings us back to the whole point of bots flying everywhere with spheres, create imbalance and create inefficient processing because they might make too much processing. But that's fine. I think that's still fine. We shall see. So we need one omega, one. You know what? Let's get one of each, or like a bunch of each. We cannot have a bunch of each because we have too much stuff in the inventory. Man, these spheres, like one thing really annoying about them is that there are so many different types of them. That is a bit annoying. And we have a bunch of these already. Let's get more lambdas and zetas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We need a bit more gammas, and that should be good. So put an omega here. And put a theta here. Put a... Wait a second. Oh, this one. Put a... Why is there a fee? Oh yeah, no, of course. The catalysts are the ones on the... The catalysts are ones on the left. So, did I put an omega or did I put a... I put an omega and a theta, right? Which are the catalysts. And here the catalysts are zeta and... gamma. Okay, I forgot everything, guys. I forgot everything. It's been 2 days. It's been 2 days. I don't remember what happened. Here is the Xi, so we need a gamma. Here we need a zeta. And here is the epsilon, so we need another one. A theta here and a omega here. Here we need a... it's a gamma. We need a Xi and a phi. Here it's a omega. Here we need a epsilon and lambda. I was so into these, but then 2 days without them, and it all became blurrier and blurrier. What are they? What are they used for? What is the purpose in purpose of life? Xi. Okay, that should be good. Now here, I think again, only 2 of them need needed the needed the catalyst, right? Or all 4 of them needed the catalyst? I don't remember. I don't remember. They go in a circle. They go like this, right? And I think if you put a catalyst in the opposite ones, like this round and this round, and yeah, I think that's fine. So here the catalyst is lambda and phi. And yeah, phi. Here the catalyst is Xi and epsilon. Here the catalyst is gamma and theta. And here the catalyst, yeah, and here the catalyst is omega and finally zeta. Okay, here we go, here we go. Catalysts are in place. Now, let's see whether it actually works. And you know what, before checking out it works or whether it works or not, let's bring back this. Let's bring back the information table. Why is there a report here? This is unnecessary. 17. Let's put them here. 17 of these. Like that. Put the spheres back in the system. And finally... Oh, I was gonna say it's a perfect location. I mean... That's fine. They can be here. Now we need to pass the contents of the system, which are actually passable through this. The contents of the system are... Wait a second. Network storage, right? Network storage. Oh, this is why we had different roboports, because this one should only read robots. No, it should only read. It should only read network. No, it should read the storage. Wait. Why was it on the green wire? Why was the robot storage on the green wire? Do we use the green wire here? No, we use the red one. It should be the red one, right? I don't know, because it was the old blueprint. it was all the way up there. Which wire contained the state of the system? I think it's the red one, because we do the red. Yeah, we read from the red. It should be the red. The red wire contains the network contents. Oh, I added the green wire for the robot statistics, but that's fine. They're on the red wire now. That is fine. But these unfortunately have the green one. I mean, it doesn't really matter. We could easily remove it and replace it. And change it by the red one. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Do we have the balance? Kinda. Omegas, what was the complement of omegas? I forgot. It was... I think it was thetas. 12 and 8. Why do we still have 12 and 8? We do read network contents. Yeah. And we'll put stuff in the chests. Let's have a look at the one which is supposed to get thetas and transform them into omegas. Something is terribly wrong here. Thetas. Which one takes thetas? Lambda phi's, the bottom I remember. X's, epsilons, zetas, omegas. Oh, zetas and omegas. Yeah, zetas and omegas. So this one should be, you check how many omegas you have minus how many zetas you have. Output is exactly -4. Oh, wait, this one. Here the output should be 4. Oh, it's not Wait, why do we have two pylons one next to another? This one, okay, this pylon has no connection, that's why. But why does it have no connections, and why do we have a second pylon next to everything? How was the blueprint here? How was the blueprint? It had two pylons indeed, one next to each other. I think the big one here was mainly used for yeah, it was not a smarter thing to do, but that's fine. We can just have all the wires on this one and be done with it, like that. And now it should put the items here, and they should be balanced. Okay, now the only issue here is that we have a bunch of stuff inside these, which was due to the initial distribution. You know what? Let me get everything from ideally, the initial state is where we have left and right one having one item each, one catalyst each, and top and bottom having none. So let me go ahead and quickly reset the state. So this one needs zeta. It's a pain to move this factory. It's a pain. I'm never gonna move it again. Never. It's gonna stay here for forever and ever and ever. And we're gonna organize all the rest of the playthrough around the factory staying here, because it is a pain. It is a mega pain. It is omega pain. Hi, the blueprint is too complex for me. Welcome to the matrix math. Exactly. Matrix math is it has so much information. Like, concept-wise, it's not that hard. Like, it's like everything else. Like. But information, like the amount of information-wise, it's too much. And how are you doing, Dark Explosive? Welcome. So here we need a zeta. Wait, a zeta here as well? We have... Ah no, yeah, zeta here for phi, and I mean, why not? A zeta here as well. Zeta here, so nothing here. I'm just adjusting the initial state. So top and bottom should contain nothing, left and right should contain the catalyst. Hopefully here that's the thing. Here it's not correct, so remove theta. Zeta. Yeah, phi is good, and here xi is required. Here is good. It hasn't been run. Yeah, it's the initial state. Remove these. This one needs to have lambda, and this one needs to have epsilon. And finally, this one is good, and this one is good. Okay, good. This one is okay, good. Everything is good. Put them back. And let's see. We have 9 zetas. And we have 12 omegas, which is fine, because remember, in order for the balancing to begin, we must have at least 4 difference. Arco transformation is so tedious. We should add some PID so we can pre-transform them based on our current usage rates. PID? What's PID? But it is tedious. It's interesting to solve, but once it's solved, it's super tedious to go around and fix stuff right and left. Kinda, right? Is it good? Is it good? Nah, this one is not good as well. It's not good either because it's kind of fine. It's kind of fine. It depends on which one's gonna run. I think it's okay. I think that's okay. That's okay. So, by the way, where's our ship? We need to be collecting the spheres. Why are you still... why did I not send it? I prepared it, but I did not send it properly. So, let's go ahead and choose a next destination. So, we went here. No, we went here and here and here and to Pebbles. Pebbles was the last one. Actually, we can check it again. We went to Black Mirror, Dead Space, Ephemeral Expanse, and Pebbles. Black Mirror, Dead Space, Ephemeral Expanse, and Pebbles. Let's collect crystals at the Crystal Collective. Let's collect the spheres at the Crystal Collective now. Put it to 1 and send the ship there. I almost wanna put all of the... can we reorder by type? I wanna put all of them at 1 so we can easily find them. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. I meant to press the button on the right. Is there a shortcut to do this? I'd like to go through all of them. Man, that's so many. Never mind, never mind, never mind. Oh, actually, I remember that I have just remembered that I keep track of this to see which ones we went to. So this one should go to Crystal Collector. And oh yeah, it needs more Arcospheres. It needs more Arcospheres. Let's re-enable the construction. And this is why, yeah. And I forgot to set it back. Do we even have these? No. We need plates. We need plates. Do we have a plate station? Yes. Oh, this is the cube provider. Do we have a plate requester? We don't even have a plate requester here. We don't even have a plate requester, and that is an oopsie. Do we even have the plates? I mean, if we don't have the plates, we don't have the plates. Naquitite is a big resource. Is a big bottleneck right now, indeed. But again, let's finish the factory today, and we shall do the grand expanse of Naquitite tomorrow. I think that's like while we are at it. While we are at it, I started stream today thinking about how to organize this. Although granted, yeah, the way to organize it has changed a lot throughout the course of the initial conversation. But still, we are here, and let's do it. So the idea is that we are going to be building datas and basically everything which needs the cards, the Arcospheres. Should we start with the intermediate recipes? We might want to start with the intermediate recipes. So the idea would be to basically have trains delivering resources which are delivered by trains, have a landing pad delivering resources from Novice, such as the cryo stuff. Let's go get some more landfill. Go to the mall. Get some more space landfill. Do we have a landing pad here? Yes, we do. I think I have 1 and 1 in the inventory. Let's put the landfill here. Man, having this platform, best decision. Best decision in the playthrough. So convenient. And it's a shame it's not a thing on Novice. It's super hard to do on Novice. And oh, did I not? I think I didn't name the... I was thinking, by the way, wouldn't it be wonderful to have higher tiers of rockets? Wouldn't it be cool to have better tiers of rockets, not necessarily antimatter rockets, something that can be made on Novice, but for a more efficient liftoff. It's really weird that we pay the same price early game and end game. I mean, I feel like better rockets are... I mean, you could argue that spaceships completely replace rockets after some point, which would be, of course, true. Proportional integrative derivative control theory. Let's look at the XKCD. Oh man, I do enjoy looking at the XKCD. I have no idea what this is. I have no idea what this is. Nerd sniping. XKCD time. XKCD time. There's a certain type of brain that's easily disabled. If you show it an interesting problem, it involuntarily drops everything else to work on it. Oh god. This has led me to invent a new sport, nerd sniping. See that physicists crossing the road? Hey, on this infinite grid of ideal 1 ohm resistors, what's the equivalent resistance between the two marked nodes? It's interesting. Maybe if you start with... No, wait. I will have no part in this. Come on, make a sign. It's fun. Physicists are 2 points. Mathematicians... physicists are 2 points. Mathematicians 3. I first saw this problem on the Google Labs aptitude test. A professor and I filled the blackboard without getting anywhere. And yeah, every single reader which has this issue would be like, okay, I need a pen and paper. I need a pen and paper. Right now. Fortunately, I'm on a Factorio crack right now, so the drug helps me with the... One addiction over another one. Novice orbit. We need to set this one to be... Oh yeah, 303, I believe? Or was it 4? Oh, it was 4. Okay. Not actually finding it easy. Oh, glad to hear. I'm a bit worried that all of this lambda phi gamma omega might become boring, because it's very easy to stop following, and if you stop following, you... Oh no, wait. Did I just change the mole one? Mole is 3000. And A here is 3004. And I meant to rename that one. I meant to rename the new one. 3004. Okay, let's go back there. We have everything. We have tons of landfill. Yeah. And we can prepare the place for the transformations. I think the rocket should be coming in from somewhere here. We can maybe build the items in a usual not a bus fashion. Just some belt organization. And have a bunch of transformations right here. This is how I was thinking. So my initial thought about how to make this factory while I was like thinking about it today would be to have train stations, trains coming in, outputting directly into the grammetrics facilities, and taking from them either the same trains or the trains which would be besides, like on the other side, or maybe like through a buffer. But that was the initial idea. But then I thought how bad it was to scale. And what if more trains were needed, like per machines, and it was just not worth it in the end. But still, it was fun to think about it. But I think Faustus is right. Like it's not needed in many places. Actually, they are needed in very few places. It's just that having the factories. Having scalable factories is very appealing. I think you might have noticed that from the beginning, I'm trying to make scalable factories. However, I tend to not scale them. What's the point? I tend to make them scalable. Scaling itself is another issue. Sometimes. But for Naquitite, we kind of have to. If we don't have the Naquitite scaling, it's all gonna be stopped. Yeah. Okay, let's have how should we organize this? Same as above. Let's have a bunch of chests here coming in with the items. Let's have the first one here. And the first one should contain the cryo rods, I think. So let's prepare. Let's prepare for the resources we will need. We need mostly vacuum plates for... Hold on, let me check. Yeah, you know what, let's not use Factory Planner here. We need 16 to make one of these, like one of these. That's crazy high. We will still need a bunch of trains for the plates anyways. But what should be the order of operations? Should we focus first? You know what? Let's do the cards first, because doing the cards, we need to do them only once, and Tesseracts, we might need to add a bunch of producers later once we have tons of Naquitite. So maybe it's better to get rid of everything we need right away, and have the scalable production down along the line. So where is the landing pad? Here. In the with the usual organization, let's do it like this. So, you know what? We don't actually need these items for the first part. Let's do it like this, a bit higher, so it doesn't really it's not in front of the chests, in front of these chests. Let's put it here, leaving some space on this left side for the belts if necessary. And here we go. So, the cards for level 3. They need plates and datas. That's it. That DSS3, the DSS3 is basically show us that you know how to balance Arcospheres. That's the point of DSS3. So it should be pretty straightforward. Let's have a... Okay, so this is a provider. Let's make it a requester. Let's have the requesters first, or maybe no, a provider for all the cards. Yeah, that's cool. Let's do that. So we're gonna send all the cards here. Oops. Like that. We're gonna push all the cards into these, and the train is gonna four trains are gonna bring them to where the catalysts are. The catalysts, the catalogs. The catalogs are made. So it's a bit special here, but let's have the cards produced here. And oh, we can see the level 4s one, so we need to have these. Space dilation, folding. It's funny that they are the same. Injection and warping. Here we go. In the same fashion here. For this one, I pressed escape. This one. This one. Yeah, I think it has to be like... it doesn't have to be like this, but it makes way more sense to produce these next to the Arcosphere. So if the Arcosphere factory, like the Arcosphere balancing stuff, is next to your catalog production facility, then it's convenient. But if you have it as a separate factory, you cannot produce these cards in your catalog facility, unfortunately. As much as I want, is this correct? Yeah, as much as I would have wanted them to be all in one location, it's fine. It is fine. So we are going to be having these outputs, and all they need are two trains. They will need a train with significant datas, and the train with vacuum plates. We're gonna bring the cards there and combine them there with the cooling and with the cryo rods into catalogs. So this is the cooling doesn't have to be here. It does. We have to have cooling here. Wait. In that case, why not just make the catalogs right here? It doesn't really make sense to put 4 cards in 4 different trains and assemble them elsewhere, especially considering we have the cooling. Like, we have everything. Okay, and you know what? So it's still called Dark Explosive Science Factory, and we're gonna kinda extend the Dark Explosive Science Factory to this. The Dark Explosive Science Factory is gonna be all this, and the Arcosphere Balancer is gonna be this. And then at the bottom of the Arcosphere Balancer is gonna be the factories for like Tesseracts and processors. But this part with data cards is gonna be considered as part of the Dark Explosive Science Factory. Well, let's do it like that. Let's think about it like that. So we shall say that they're produced in one place. Kinda. Right. Okay. So in the end, we still need to call the cryonite rods here. Let's actually do it. And how many trains? How many stations should we prepare for the vacuum plates? How many stations? I mean, for 500 plates a minute, 1 station, 1 belt is enough. Okay, that's it. It's enough for these cards. It's enough for the catalogs. So that is good. So okay, instead of outputting these, we shall change, and we shall output the catalogs directly. The catalogs output is gonna be here. This is gonna be the level 3 catalog output, and maybe even level 4s are gonna be like nearby. Instead of these. Okay, and this is gonna be the catalog level 3. Let's see later for the catalogs level 4. So catalog level 3 is here. What else are we outputting? Nothing. Everything else is the inputs. So I didn't need to do this. These are gonna be the inputs. And as for the inputs, we need significant datas. We're gonna prepare a train for these. We are gonna be needing, and these are all by 4K, yeah, 4K. Oh, these are the requesters. Okay, you know what? Let me shift right click here, copy any input chest. These are all outputs. Oh, Blanca cards are inputs. We don't need Blanca cards in this case, interestingly. Shift right click. Yeah, we need to disable this. Do it like that. Oh, need more tiles. What? Oh, of course, they're looking the other way. Like that. And shift left click. Interesting. I have copied this this combinator. Oh wow! Shift right click is a pointer. It's not a copy by value. It's a copy by reference. Interesting. I have copied this combinator. Shift right click on this combinator. Then I have pasted above this the blueprint, hoping to get the yellow card which was in this combinator here, and pasted it here. But because this combinator has changed its state, the pasted value also changed the state. And I have pasted before this combinator changed the state. So the shift right click points to a machine, and if the machine changes its state in between shift right click, shift left click, the shift left click also changes. Interesting. But that doesn't help me because I still want the... I have never noticed. Did you know, guys? And wait a second, why is it like this? Well, let's do it again. So this one should be like this. Yeah, that's a weird find here. I mean, why not? Why not? Like, having the pointer doesn't really... change anything. Just need to know that you're not copying the state it was when you copied. Okay, and the cards. Okay, we don't have them just yet. That's cool. And with this, we can also have the stacker, our usual stacker at the top side, if necessary, which I think we will need. Yeah, I think we'll need the stacker. So let's go ahead and prepare already. Prepare the stacker already. And the stacker is the idea behind it is that the trains are going to be stacked here. Ready? Wait. Oh, that's the right hand side. They are coming in like this. So if we want a stacker, they should come like this and then be stacked. They should still come like this, be stacked, and then still come here. The stacker is a bit hard to wait. So we still need that one. The stacker is a bit hard to place here because before we were like, for example, have a look here. We were having these where they were coming in, but from the input we actually can we do it here? Maybe without intersecting it would be hard. If we wanted a stacker without intersections, we would need to like put it here on this side on the left. We shall see. Maybe for some of these stations, like for significant data cards, we don't need a LTN style train. We can have a train doing rounds from here and there because it's the only place where these cards come. We shall see how it goes. So, what do we have here? We need another train coming in with the plates, but before the plates train, let's actually have the fluids, because I'd like to have the cooling. I'd like to have the cooling done. I'd like to have the cooling done at the top. I think it's better to do the cooling here, and we can have all the cards produced here, and cooling done here somewhere. Let me copy the cooling inputs. Cooling inputs are, oops, we have two. We have this and this, the two cryo things. Without the pipe, because it's the other direction. Tiles, try stop names, like that. And of course, we need two more tiles. And of course, the orientation is incorrect. So as always, we can just do this. Copy it with tiles, then delete this, paste, rotate, and like this. Like this. So now they are balancing from left to right, and the train's already here. Nice. Two trains are already here. Nice. And this one should always also be coming. Nice. And why am I doing it like that? Bam. Okay. So we have the fluids. We can have the cooling anytime. And finally, we will need the vacuum plates, which of course we don't have. No one has the plates. They are like a rare resource. I mean, they're here though. Yeah, we don't have any generic trains delivering plates, so if we ask for plates, we'll need to have like trains. Yeah, we kind of want a train delivery service for each sub-factory. So let's go ahead and still prepare a stacker. The trains come in here. What I'm thinking about is having the trains stacked like this. Like this, looking at the bottom. There's still gonna be this rail, so there's gonna be intersections. Unless this rail, we can put it all the way around the stacker. Oh my god, should we do it? Hold on, let me copy. What's the size of the stacker? Do I also make the stackers with the same size as the other one? I think, yeah, I do. It doesn't have to be like, oh, but of course, they need to be a bit long. So imagine we have a stacker. Where should we fit it? My idea was to like put it like maybe somehow here. We are going to be having intersecting lanes, but it shouldn't be a problem. Like, how many trains are gonna be circulating here anyways? Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's go... Let's grab some rails. I want some rails. Remove A and set M. Go to the mall. What if you exit the ship while it's landing? I mean, you're still gonna be teleported to the surface, right? But this, maybe we should keep some rails inside this chest. So convenient. Turn on A. The only thing which is not convenient is this, like, we need to click, then click here, then click there. This is the only not convenient part. I would have liked if there was like a detection. This like movement detection, like if we come here we go there, if we come here we go there. Problem is with the doors it's not exactly possible. We need some kind of plates, like you step on the plate and it triggers a signal. Normal stacker problem, exactly. Stacker problems are a bane of my existence. I have never figured out, I don't have a mind, a proper mind for like the stackers should be like this. I don't know. I have no idea. After all this time, after playing around like on this train-based base, dare I say mega base, it's still not properly... yeah, I think something like this. We're gonna be having some... Oh wait, no, that's not good, because we want the stackers to be able to go into these, and you know how we can do, like, let's be serious. How big are we gonna be having the stackers? If we place them like this on this like tile towards the right, I think we're never gonna be reaching this factory. It's I know I'm never gonna be able to build this big. So let's remove this for now, the back rail, and let's place them somewhere along this rail, something like this. How about that? So I'm gonna place this without shift on purpose. Ah, no, it's not gonna work because... Oh, yeah, because I didn't copy the... This is a control V, so it didn't take into account the land. So the idea would be to basically have the train exit come all the way there. Oh, that's a little bit too close, isn't it? Hold on. Is it possible to easily connect this one? Yeah, we need to do something like this. Okay, and then from here. Something like this. They're gonna be coming here, and then, most importantly, like, they need to be able to come to this factory. So there's gonna be some intersections here. They need to be here, and then they need to serve this place, right? Yeah, like the best case scenario is when this stacker is on this side, then it blocks nothing. It blocks nothing. But because they're kind of inverse, and I really don't want to place these like that, because these are kind of resources we want to be able to scale. The stacker, like the scaling of stacker is super easy. It's not very big, but the factories themselves are bigger. And the final problem is that this one needs to cross them as well. Like, we're gonna be having a huge crossing here. But maybe something like this is still okay. Again, completely aware that this is not the most efficient layout, because the trains, they're coming in from these two, and they're exiting from these two. They can be coming directly into the stations, like delivering the items, like these. Oh! Oh, why? Oh, because I have inverted them. We're not reading how much we have, which is why we have overflown. That's fine. Like, we can just send these trains back to their to the providers, and they're gonna go to the stackers. That's not too big of a deal if we notice it. Maybe move the stacker to the right. To the right, like here, more to the right, or. Better look of rails. You mean have this one be straight and then come back, and then the stacker after, right? Like have a 90 degrees angle here, and a stacker behind. Makes sense. Makes sense. Let's do it. It does look better indeed like that. Yeah, a stacker right behind the behind this. Oh my god. Going here. Going here, and like that. Yeah, it does look better with less 90 degrees angles. So the trains which are in the stacker, they're gonna be coming here, and then they're gonna be getting the resources elsewhere, such as Nakumu plates. They're gonna be coming here, and then once this factory needs them, they're gonna exit, and they're gonna go all the way down to the factory, and then they're gonna exit all the way there and go back to get the resources. Let's place the signals now. Cut. The principle with the signals, guys, if you are not too familiar with trains, cut whatever you can. Make cuts, just cut them. Cut with chain signals and place the rail signals at the end, and it should be good. It's hard to go wrong, that's my solution. Just like whenever there is like a cut to be made, like this is one rail, we can cut it, cut, and chain signal in the front and a normal at the exit, and here we go. 9 times out of 10, it's the best. Let's put this one a little bit after so that one full train can fit here. We kind of have we're now having kind of a buffered intersection, but that's fine as long as it's not a roundabout. It should be fine. These are the entrances, so again this one at the entrance. That. Although, like when there is only one entrance, it's not needed. Like it's needed when you have 2 different entrances possible. But when there is only one, it's not exactly needed. But for example, here we have 2, right? We have 2. We have this one and this one, so we need these 2. But here we only have 1 entrance, so we don't really need this chain signal. So yeah. I mean, it's still better if you have it, because the next train, it depends on how we cut here, but still better to have it. Okay, and finally the exits. So once you have exited through here, you can go... Wait, did I mix up the... Yeah, I did mix up the... I did mix up the sides. So here, they're only here. They're coming in here. No, oh, this one is bad. This is the one which flows backwards. This one is the bad one. Ah, no, it's not the bad one. The only problem is that it goes inside this one, and that is bad. That is bad. I mean, we could always do it like this. We should fix it. And I think that's good. I think that's good because, like, it's still an intersection here, and one intersection here, and you have a small entrance here. It looks a bit weird, but the other solution would be to move all of this to the right, but it would make everything below look worse. So, and you are okay. You are badly placed. Okay, now we have only one side. Yeah, should be good. Should be good. We have this one. We have this one. This is an exit here. This is an exit here. Although it doesn't fit here, so we might as well place a chain, because the train doesn't fit here. If it stays here, it's bad. then an exit here, exit here, exit here, entrance, entrance. And finally, yeah, and a train can fit here, so we can place one right here. Become train. Cool, perfect. 3 trains can fit here. This one is exit. Basically, let's start with the beginning. Exit here, then go here. Then you can fit here, and finally one can fit here. Okay, I believe that's correct. If anyone sees any mistake, please let me know. On my side, that looks okay. We can place one here for an additional buffer. Like as soon as it reaches, as soon the last wagon is here of the train going out, the next one can be coming in. Just a small tiny optimization, and here we go. Let's get the stacker stuff. Let's get the everything else. You just scroll so far. Guys, if you look at this base and then you look at the 60 UPS, please know that the UPS is a lie. It's UPS here is only big because we are lacking production. We're having throughput issues. Like that, and this train should be coming in immediately. Oh, by the way, do we have the construction zone here? Oh, we might want to connect this one with the construction zone. So let me connect this to this, and be very careful about not connecting it to the Arcospheres. We don't want the Arcospheres into the global mall. That is for sure. Okay, and now it should all be buildable. Yeah. What is blinking? Constant combinators. Okay. Gonna give you that. And we have ourselves the stations. Now what we need here is a station requesting the plates. We must be having one like here. And that is perfect, because here in this station we have already a station named after this location. So we need to do the same basically, and we need to find a name for this location. Like that. How should we call it? Oops, I didn't mean to make that one. How should we call it? So the other one was called... I mean, the other one, it's still the same technically, but it's kind of different. Let's call it Lambda. Let's make Lambda to be the representative of the Arcospheres. The first one. Or we can place this... this one's a bit... it's a bit dull. Although... an argument can be made that this one doesn't represent any of these in particular, so it's all of them at once. Actually, you know, this is a quantum Arcosphere. It has not been discovered yet which one it is, so it's a quantum sphere. Is this? And here we go. So do we want to have a global network? No, wait, we don't want the chest. We don't want this chest. Oh, here we want belts. We want belts. This is the requester, so it should be reoriented. And of course, that. And here we go. So for now we don't have any train, of course, coming here, because we have just renamed the station into a name which doesn't exist yet. But we shall have a train very shortly. Let's do it like that. And let's also copy all of these to kinda set up the next ones, the ones below. like this. So here we go. We want only one of these, only one Naquium plates for all of the 4 cards, which are gonna be making the catalog. And that is it. That is it. Let's also move this clamp a little bit towards the. Yeah, let's move it a bit up here. Maybe not. No, here we have the stackers. There is no place for this train, for this platform. Right. Makes sense. The Bistromath. Let's let's have it land here. I think that's nice. This is no man's land. Let's have this one. Like that. I do want a pylon in front of it so the battery can be charged. Not that we need the battery. We only need the battery for the display here, but it's still good if it's charged. And I also want to remove this one. I want to remove this one. So that we don't have the wire across the ship. Okay, here we go. Here we go with the preparations. We have all the resources, I mean, except for the... We have all the resources, quote-unquote, ready. And we have the landing pad with all the items we might be wanting, quote-unquote, ready. And then let's think about the factory. We how many? This is how many gravimetric facilities we want to be working at the same time in order to reach the target 128 per minute of the this target SPM. And that's fine. That's fine. Like eight of them. It's not crazy. It's a bit big. It's a bit high, but it's not crazy, which is fine. So again, we need to place these as close as possible to the spheres themselves. And I'm thinking about... And all of these should be within the same roboport network, the robot network belonging to this location. And I'm thinking about simply something like this. And they can grow from here all the way to the left. And I think that's a good length. Basically, the bells are gonna be on this side. And yeah, I feel like that's a good length. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So let's go. Let's go. So these are. You know what? We could have. Yeah, we should be having half. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter which recipe we use because they change. But do we want to use both, or do we want to use because if right now we configure them to be. If we configure them to be using opposite ones, we are going to be having 4 of these and 4 of these at the same time at all times. But if we configure only one, we are going to be having. I mean, it doesn't really matter because in the end, if we average, we're going to be having half and half. So it doesn't really matter. Separate Arcosphere Factory. I wonder who will be claiming a name allocation redeem. Yeah, probably Revan. I mean, he's rich enough. He's rich enough. He might be claiming this factory. By the way, I chatted with him in private, and he said he was super busy. I was really wondering, like, he was waiting for the Revan Sphere for so long. He says he's so busy, so he cannot come early enough for the stream, but he watches the VODs, unfortunately. But if he has any feedback, I'll share with you guys. Yeah, we want it like this. Let's have the inputs on one side. And by the way, look at this, 512. That's nothing. That's nothing. We can have half a belt with datas and half a belt with the plates in the middle. For a week, I want to give the command to do it. To do what? Yeah, it's like the... You can say hi, Evan. He'll probably see you. See all your messages. So these ones are gonna be the other ones. We want to have two of these, and the good thing about this organization, and you know what? Let's actually fit it next to this chest first, because what we want is to have maybe a 2x2 chest. Man, that's gonna create a lot of Arcospheres in the buffer now that I'm thinking about it. That's gonna create a bunch of... I'm waiting until Gentleman to finish his build to remove this blinking warning. You should do like Fastos. You should put a sticker on your computer while you watch the stream. Put a sticker where this is blinking. You know what? It's actually easy to finish. Like, if we really wanted to do so, we could be done in maybe half an hour. All it takes is to go across all of our locations. And hey, thank you Mod Dan Yon for following. Hope you enjoy the Arcospheres. Yeah, it would take maybe half a minute to go across all of these locations, half an hour, and just remove/place the missing entities, right? But for the solar panels, I think it's best if we replace them by the build where we have the Dyson Sphere. Speaking of Dyson Sphere, it's been a while. It has been a while since we haven't tiled it, and I have been missing it. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, work! They had too much days off. Did they think they were in remote working or what? The robots. Let's have the other one. Wait, I forgot. Oh, it's the same. Wait. One more. Should be like this. Okay, cool. So let's have the... Oh, and by the way, it doesn't really matter because... Wait. Oh, it doesn't really matter. I mean, I like one row could be one type of cards, and second row could be the second type of cards. But it doesn't really matter because it's the same resources and same outputs, and all we want is basically having... Oh, but still, we want them to be on the same belt. So... Oh, and I made a mistake here with the placement. Should be like this because we want to have an output belt as well. My screen is worse. But there's a mod which lets you disable them if it bothers you. Oh, it doesn't bother me, but apparently it bothers you guys. For me, it's like you know, I have a big to-do list here already, so it's kind of part of a to-do list. It's an unwritten task to fix the blinking. So I know I have a lot of tasks to do, so it's not like some of them have priority over the other ones. I want to go to the mall and get these back. And let's remove these. These are gonna be basically the copy paste, so we can do ones and the same ones. The other ones are gonna be the same. So here we want to have 4 of these, and here I want to have 4 of these. Okay, cool. So same inputs and same outputs, and also a beacon. Is any beacon bothering us? No, it does not. Can we have... Oh, we can have one. We can have one beacon. Oh, that's perfect. We can have one beacon right here. Right here. Oh, yeah. Let's also have the fluid handling. I like to do it like this. Like, one of the lanes is the one which is going from left to right, and the other one is the one which is directly connected to the first one. So we have only one transversal. I have a big screen. I barely notice that part if I'm focused on the center. The advantage of large screens. I haven't yet tried. Call me old school, but I have a not a small screen, but not too big. I don't remember if it's like 17 or 21 inches. I don't know. But it's not like a huge screen, and definitely not folded. Nothing fancy, and only one. What's the speed of these? .2 items per second per machine. That's nothing. That's nothing. 0.2 item per second per machine is nothing. So even one yellow inserter would be good enough. So let's go. We have this one here, and we have that one here, and we are having the output. Oh, it's a bit weird because on this side, that's fine. Let's have it side for side. Oh, this needs to be a feature. This needs to be a feature. No more. Not do the same mistake again. And here is where it's a bit weird. Here is where it's a bit weird, although it's not a big deal if we do the undergrounds. It's not a big deal if we do the undergrounds. Let's adjust to the beacon here. I'm really happy we only needed 8, and the beacon perfectly covers 8 of them. That's like super lucky. More screens. Actually, I would like to have more screens. Unfortunately, my table is not big enough to afford more screens. That's on this side, it's not exactly like that. That's it. That's the beacon here. You know what? What are we doing? We can place it here. We can place it here, and it's gonna cover this one and the top one, so we don't have to be worried about any sorts of issues. I think it's easier. I've been considering using the NVIDIA config that lets you span across all of your monitors. I have 3 monitors, so I could see my entire base at once. Oh, so how does it work? You set the resolution to be 3 times as wide normally? Or does it stretches? No, it shouldn't stretch, right? The resolution becomes super wide, and then it cuts, right? Something like this. I wonder how that works. So the grabs are fine, and the grabs are like this. And is it? You know what? It must be possible to do it like this. It must be possible to do it like this. Here we go. But problem is, can we do it 2 times? Like, do it like this? I don't think that's tileable. Yeah. Wait, or is it? No, we need to have them. It needs to go back here. It needs to go back up here. No, that's not possible. That's not possible. That's fine. I think like the outputs could be, the inputs could be straight. It's the outputs which need to be weird. The inputs could be straight like this, and that is fine. Yeah, that's fine. You take from here, and you take from here. Here we go. Let's do it like that, and tile. I think it's it's prettier if we make it a little bit centralized like that. What do you think? I think that's prettier. Okay. Here we go. I mounted a pole on the back of my desk and hang monitors off of it. Oh, that's epic. That is epic. So how many monitors you have? You said you have a big screen? Guys, am I the only one who has only one like monitor? Here we go, here we go. Yeah, so the cards are done. Let's have the cooling done as well. Oh, unfortunately the cooling... that's fine. I was gonna say we cannot use the same build with the cooling because the cooling cannot go straight because we already have the hot thermal fluid in the middle going straight, but that's fine, we can still use these ones. Just go to all of the sides. And we will need to build a factory. Now, the biggest problem here is that all these machines are going to be using spheres, the Arcospheres. Now, the good news is that this recipe takes 20 seconds, and the machines have 5.6 speed while fully beaconed with level 3s. So that means that roughly every 4 seconds, the machines need to input different spheres. And I think that is fine to have only one sphere at a time inside the requester chest. I think that's fine. So let's go ahead and place some requester chests, and I think I'd like to... I'd like to place basically one big chest between two, but I think it's best if we do place individual small requester chests with one sphere each, because that's gonna make it easier to control how many spheres each one of the machines receives. And we can have a share. So in that case, it should be like this, and we can have a. You know what? Let's copy paste. 4 waiting on me to getting around to figure out waiting on me getting around to figuring out multiple display card setups. People that have one screen either haven't tried more or don't use computers. In my case, it's really I haven't tried more. I have always used one, and it was always no, I'm not gonna say enough. I was comfortable, right? But it's only because I don't know the real comfort of using multiple. So I completely understand if you imply that once you use them, you just want them. 3 times 32 inches, 4K, plus 1 times 27 inches, 180p. Mostly for work purposes, but great for gaming as well. Yeah, I have only one monitor on my like personal gaming computer, but I have a laptop for work because company wants us to work on the provided laptops, where like which I use when I'm streaming, for example, to have the not the chat, because I have the chat on this screen, but I have some other things running, which I can look at the same time. So yeah. Okay, we need the zetas and the set. No. Ingredients are epsilons and phis here. Yeah, for all of these, the ingredients are always epsilons and phis. So we can go ahead and have epsilons and phis 1 and 1. That's all we want. And hopefully, while it's working, they can be buffered once again, minimizing the amount. But guys, we cannot go crazy right now. We cannot go. We cannot expand because we don't have enough. Even if we have one, there are gonna be 2 for each. There are gonna be 2 in the buffer and 1 in the chest. So each machine is gonna be eating 3 of a type, and actually 6 in total. So 8 machines are gonna be eating 48 in total. And we cannot afford to have these. We cannot afford to have these. So we're gonna be working with only 2 machines for now. Man, that's not a speed we're gonna reach anytime soon. But that's fine. Let's go ahead and place this one. And here we need lambdas and x's. Winning. Yeah, I started with multiple for programming, then for cross-referencing research papers, and then it got silly. Oh. So are you a researcher slash I mean programming, like everyone does programming these days, but you're a researcher for that's what I'm getting by trade. And that's it. And the biggest advantage here is that, oh, I was gonna say, oh, you know what? That's fine. We can do it like this. We can do them basically 2 by 2, and so they're gonna fit with the beacon like this. Oops. And the outputs into the chests are gonna be, of course, the spheres. So let's blacklist the cards. Let's have the cards whitelisted here. And blacklisted here. I was working on my doctorate until it almost killed me. Ah, the doctorate path. I have friends who are still on their doctorate, and they're my age. Like we studied in the same school, and they went for doctorate, and they're still doing research. I'm like, oh my god, how long does it take? I know a little about the whole process, but I know that people are working like crazy. I think we're good. Because the only other non-solid recipe output is the Arcospheres. So this is good. Let's do the same for the other card. The space folding data. So here are going to be the real, the white lists, and at the top are going to be the black lists. And here we go, that's the setup. That is the setup. By the way, let's have a look. We want to be collecting the spheres. What's going on? What is going on with this one? How many do you have? How many have you gotten? Only 21. Like, we need plates. We can't even get more Arcospheres if we don't have the plates. But that's fine. Again, as explained, we shall finish this build first, and we shall do them. We shall do the Naquium improvements later, right after. So, and look at these guys. Oh, actually, I'm happy about having chosen the active provider chest for the mill, because we're going to be having separate requester chests here, and we're going to be having the same active provider chest. That's I'm so happy having saved on exactly 4 electronic circuits, 4 advanced circuits, and 1 strong box. You cannot even imagine how happy I am. Here we have the other recipe. Science. So we made these 2, and now we make this one and the second one. And finally, we make the... Wait. Oh man, these look very much alike. So we actually did this one and this one here. Go figure. We actually did the space warping. Why not? So here we need to do the dilation. And what are the requirements? Here we need a gamma and theta. Oh my god, don't tell me it's one of each. Hold on a second. What if producing the catalogs produces a completely balanced output of the completely balanced output of the spheres? What if making a catalog is a balanced operation? Nah. Gammas, thetas, lambdas, x's, epsilons, phis, and zetas, omegas. Like the input usage is balanced, but the outputs, I'm sure, must not be. Here is lambda phi. Here is epsilon zeta. Here epsilon theta phi zeta, and here are epsilon theta. Yeah, so we are going to be having more thetas than anything else. Yeah. So no, only the inputs are balanced. Between 1 and forever years. Oh, you can stop when, like whenever you get tired of it. I have no idea. Curious question: how much iridium holmium plate per minute is good target to aim for? I'd say you first decide how much SPM you want, And then you ask Factory Planner how much iridium / holmium does it require. Here, like I don't even think I don't think I made the math. I don't think I made the math, but I can show you which iridium and holmium production had us going. So we have this. That's all. Like that's the only ingot production we have. And yeah, we're shipping ingots because ingots are more tile compressed, slot compressed. But here we have 44 times 2, 88 machines producing the ingots of holmium, and only one of them for iridium. But that's for 0.5. So if you're playing 0.6, I have no idea. Theta and gamma. Theta and gamma. And here is zeta and omega. Zeta and omega. We're gonna be using all of the cards just for these chests. Look at this, we have nothing! We have nothing! And we don't have Naquitite to produce more. That's fine. That's fine. That's how it is. Let's copy everything without the chests, at least without the requesters. We don't even have enough to produce the 6 chests. Only 5. I think mid-game I see a good target is around 100 plays per minute. Definitely need to ramp up as you get closer to level 4 of each of the sciences. I think I more than quadrupled my production, even more with Vita when I was preparing for Naquitite production. Wait, why do you need holmium and iridium for Naquitite? Or is it level 4? I might have missed something. Tesseracts? Oh, do Tesseracts require... No. These require vulcanite and nanomaterial. Oh, nanomaterial requires a bit of everything. Yeah. Emitters, epoxies... Yeah, I think these are coming from every... But they're a bit easy. They're kind of easy to produce, like it gives you 16, all of this. Level 4 requires tons more, and Naquitite is when you start getting into Infinite Research. Yeah, definitely Infinite Research. Level 4 I haven't unlocked yet, but I'm gonna trust you on that. Okay, we have these, and what we need here are the belts, where we have half... we should be having half Naquitite and half significant datas, and for that we shall use a blueprint I haven't used in a long while, which is very neat. Which is very neat. It's a blueprint for splitting the belt into splitting 2 belts into two full belts, where you get two same items on each side, into 2 belts where you have 1 item on one side, one second item on the other side. It's an opportunity to use them once again. Was it like that? So here is gonna be 1 belt of Naquitite, which is gonna be coming from this machine, from this storage chest. Like that. I don't think we want to have more than 1 belt per chest because of the stack size. Those unchecked exclamation marks in the crafting menu would drive me crazy. Oh, these! Okay, just for you. Okay. We good? I think that's it. That was the last sciences. And then again, mining productivity research at DSS 4. Oh, the mining productivity research. It's so expensive. Like by default, it's so expensive, but it's so beneficial as well. It might be one of the most beneficial researches, especially considering it increases the throughput of the core mining. Does it affect core mining in the 0.6 as well? I'm guessing it is. But in 0.5, it's such a big thing because it's just one research increases your total of every single resource that you obtain. So it's so much more. Like it's infinite, right? You don't need to. I don't know. I don't know which system, 0.5 or 0.6, gives you better return on investment for the productivity. That's an interesting question. Do you have a better return on investment for 0.5 or 0.6? Maybe 0.5 because you can spam more, but it depends on how much you get. Yeah, it depends. Okay, this one, and let's have the significant data. And the significant data is the one which should be coming from the top. Which one it is? Catalogs. This is the catalogs output, and this is the significant data. Let's get it. Bam. Let's do it like this. And here we go. Everything is ready. Once we deliver the resources, we should be having everything. Except for the cooling. Let's quickly build the cooling. And I don't even want to spend too much time on the cooling. I'm just gonna copy paste any factory which produces the cold one and consumes. Okay, these are all the hot one consumers, right? And the catalog should be the same, I guess. Yeah, it produces the hot one. It doesn't produce any kind of cool one or anything of sorts. And we can have the cooling right above. But yeah, we don't even have to go all the way up. First of all, let's check how much cooling we need. We need 2 hypercoolers, and I think 1 hypercooler matches 9. What we can do, we can copy paste one of these. I mean, this is kind of a complete one where we handle the feedback loop of this one, but it's fine. It's a good one. It's a good one to copy. And it can be, let's put it like this, so it can easily scale. It can be easily scaled if the need arises. Oh yeah, I like the alignment here. Unfortunately, it's all coming from the right. Can we flip it without issues? That's a bit of a challenge, but let's see. We need to change every single underground which was looking towards a left and only left, or right and only right, such as this and this. They all get swapped. Actually, top and bottom as well. Hold on. Oh, and these are hard to flip. Oh, hold on a second. These are hard to flip. We need to rotate them twice, right? Maybe. So this is the input of the cold one. This is the output of the hot one going towards the top, going right here. These are passed through. This is good. These are good. These needs to be rotated. We need to build a bit some of these. Hey, Bondage Klaus. Funny name. Hi there. I want to say thank you for your content. I found you on YouTube and your content helped me a lot. Well, I'm very glad it helped you. I'm very glad. I'm happy that you enjoyed it. Puts a lot more meaning in me doing this. If you guys enjoy, I'm really thankful for you to come here and say that. Highly appreciate it. Thank you very much. And yeah, I'm trying to be a bit more on time with YouTube uploads. it started to get out of hands. Oops. I think that was correct. No, it has to be correct. That has to be correct because we have to push the liquid from here to here. So this is where we have the cool one. Then we pass the cold one and we get the super cold one. And here is the... Okay, and we need to flip it here because the idea would be to output the hot ones using horizontal lines, and the cold ones could be outputted towards the middle through this one, which collects basically them from every single location, every single location, and these are the hot ones. Okay, I think we're good. I think we're good with the cooling. I mean, until next time we find a mistake. But for now, not seeing any, I think we are cool. No pun intended. Let's also bring the fluids. Which lane should we use? Let's use this one. No, let's use this one. Go straight. Continue straight. And by the way, Bondage Klaus, I hope I converted you to advanced fluid handling. As many others. I hope you guys are enjoying the best pipes. Although chances are for the next playthrough I might try to not use them, just for the sake of having a challenge here as well. Not for the challenge. If I'm not gonna use them for our next playthrough, the only reason behind this decision would be the fact that many people are not using them still, for a reason I having hard time understanding. But I still want people to kind of relate to my playthrough as much as possible, and to achieve that we need to use as few mods as possible. Right. So, I think we're good. We have the hot thermal fluid coming in through here. This is the initial input of the hot one. This is the... Why is it looking to 3 directions? That's so weird. Okay, it should look to the right to pass it through. It should look to the bottom. But why is it looking to the left? Huh, not sure. Let's still use this one. I skipped it. This is the one with the hot. So let me connect it. I'm kind of placing randomly stuff here. It's gonna be a small bus, but still. Let's do this. This, and where should we put it? Let's connect it here and bring it all the way to the top. So the hot thermal fluid is in, and we also need the cryo one. And by the way, the cryo have been coming in through... should be coming in through here. Oh wait. Oh no, that's the only okay, that's the only cryo we have for now. The only cryo. The only cryo. Yeah, that should be good. And of course, let's not forget our friend the beacon. Yeah, something like this. 2 here and 2 here. The other ones here. Okay, cool. Everything is connected. Oh, except for the hot one. The hot one is not connected. And for the hot one. Okay, I just understood why we had the left one. The left one is the backflow of the hot one from the factory. Okay, I just got it. The left one is where the hot thermal fluid is coming back. So let's collect it. Let's put it next to this one, hoping we're not gonna be having the intermediate ones. And let's plug it in. Okay, cool. It's all done. By the way, if you wonder about any kind of automation, like we did it for the other, and we did it so many times in the past, so I'm not explaining this anymore. But of course, if you have any sort of question, don't hesitate. Like the cooling is, I'm sure at this stage, like everyone does cooling without even thinking about it. And maybe I'm the only one still making mistakes. Okay, no jetpack fuel, unfortunately, but that's fine. We're next to the platform, the warping platform. So happy about it. We are good, we are good. So all we need to do now is bring the plates, bring the significant datas, connect the inputs, and also bring the cryonite rods, because we're going to be needing them. Oh no, we don't need them. We don't need them now. We're going to be needing them later on when we start building tesseracts here. But until then, we need most importantly, we will need Naquium plates. So I should be stopping now. It's 1:30 exactly. I should have been stopping at 25. And yeah, next stream is gonna be tomorrow. Hopefully, unless there is something unless something happens. But tomorrow is gonna be mostly the expansion of Naquitite. As Moff Mixeshu was saying, we should expand Naquitite. It's like right now. It's like the biggest thing to do, and I'm gonna in the meanwhile I'm gonna try to remember how to use Farl, how to make custom blueprints with a Farl mod, which allows to place blueprints, like to place any stuff when moving in the train. I'm trying to remember how to do it, like rewatch a YouTube video or something, and we shall do that to expand Naquitite production very easily with auto-placed rails on Black Mirror, and at the same time maybe add more spaceships, and maybe even copy have this production copied. And by the way, it's not working once again. What is oh my god. Sulfuric acid we do have, stone, we have everything. Hold on, what's the problem here? What is the problem? We don't have the washed one. Oh. Oh. How did that happen? That's the first. That's the first. So yeah, it's the first time it happened. Before, everything was smooth. Before that, everything was smooth, and it's the first time this happened. I'm really curious about that. Man, this build, we have so many mistakes going on. Need to fix it. But again, I should be going, so this should be a priority fix next time, and as well as the expansion of Naquitite. Thank you all. It was a good stream. Thank you. Glad you enjoyed. And by the way, Quatch, I've looked up what does it mean, TTFN, because I had no idea all this time. So I've looked it up, and yeah, toot for now. The ship flies faster than he unloads on orbit. It stays in undergrounds. Ah, it might stay here. You're right. We shall try to figure out the exact reason it happens, like where, like while loading there. We shall figure it out and bulletproof it next time. Okay, guys, thanks again, and see you next time. Tata in my vernacular. Now I get where it comes from. I can't believe I was like, I was reading this and I just assume, SS Faustus, don't assume. But I looked it up. Okay, who is playing Space Exploration? Where should we go? Space Exploration. Oh, Mod Danyon. Oh, the person who just followed us. I think we can rate him. Just as a return, thank you. As a return, thank you. Oh, and I think we rated him the other day. I think. Oh, that's fine. I'm not seeing anyone else who is playing a see at a glance. Okay, guys, a red is gonna be starting, and I'm bidding you farewell. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. See you guys. I need to wait 10 seconds until I can press the button right now. Not sure why. But okay, here we go, right now. Bye-bye.